So before I start today's video, I'd like to ask that you watch this episode all the way to the end for an announcement about the future of this channel. But right now, for those of you familiar with the YouTube channel Now You Know with Zach and Jesse.
Hey, I'm Zach.
And I'm Jesse.
And you're watching Tesla Time News.
Episode 207
on Now You Know.
And I'll leave a link to that below because it's a really great show about everything Tesla. But today's episode will be kind of a spoof on that channel, and I'm going to call it Now You Might Not Know. In today's video, I'm going to show you a couple of things that I've learned over the course of two Teslas, my Model 3 and of course my brand new Model Y. And because they're things that you might not know despite already owning a Model 3 or a Model Y, I thought it might be fun to do it in a spoofing, now you know kind of way. And although Teslas are really fairly intuitive, I wanted to put this video together because there are a few things here and there that might not be that obvious. Now, as I was putting this video together, I was really kind of surprised at the amount of things that I came across. And so this doesn't become an hour-long video like they do over at Now You Know. I'll talk about only a handful of those nuggets of goodness that you might not know about. And I'll save others for future videos just like this. And with that, let's get started with air conditioning. Now, although the Model 3 and the Model Y are mostly the same, the Model Y does have a heat pump and an octo valve, although everything you do see in that 15-inch touchscreen is virtually the same. However, there are a few things that are really not that obvious. For example, when you're driving around and you have someone in the back seat, and they say, "Hey, it's a little warm back here. Can you turn on this vent, please?" You might not know that the controls are not located with the cluster of AC controls on the lower left-hand side of the screen, but instead, they are all the way over to the right-hand side of the screen. And for another, now you might not know, is that dual temperature control, which by default is kind of synced up like some Olympic synchronized swimming team. However, by pressing the right scroll wheel and saying, "Unsync temp," you'll get this. And how about those air vents on the Model 3 and the Model Y? Show the tip your waitresses. So now everybody knows to slide the air in one direction or another. Now you might not know that if you pinch the image of the airflow on screen, much like you do with a picture on a phone, it will split the direction of the air. Now with one of the latest software updates from Tesla, now you might not know that Tesla actually has this thing where the passenger air vents will not energize provided there's nobody actually sitting in the passenger seat. And that's to help you save some energy along the way. Next up, windshield wipers. Now hang on a second, you're probably asking yourself, windshield wipers? Really? Yeah. Now you might not know that the windshield wipers actually have a few tricks up their sleeves. Now everybody probably knows how to turn on your wipers by either using the left stalk, the push button, or of course, the on-screen display. But now you might not know that you can actually use the voice command, again by pressing that right scroll wheel down and saying wipers low, wipers fast, wipers intermittent, or even wipers auto. And another quick word about the wipers is not everybody knows that when you look at the on-screen displays, you have basically 4 groupings. So let me show you what those groupings do right now. Oh, and one last thing about the wipers, if it ever comes time to change those wipers, you notice how the wipers kind of suck themselves in below the frunk. Go to the menu, go to service, and there's actually a button, raises the wipers up so you have easy access to them. Software updates. Now, how many cars have you ever owned that over time actually got better? Me? I can honestly say none until a Tesla. And it's one of those things that differentiates a Tesla from any vehicle that's out there right now. Over the time of owning 2 Teslas, I've seen everything from range increases, speed increases, functionality improvements, and honestly, so much more. But if you've never actually sat inside a Tesla while it was going through the update, well honestly, you're in for a jolting, head-turning experience. Huh? Now recently I did an update that was about 25 minutes long. That's pretty much the average of the time it takes to update a Tesla. But what I've done is I've basically edited down 25 minutes into under a minute so you can hear all the bangs and booms and all various other noises that the Tesla makes during an update. Let's have a listen. And another thing you probably didn't know was that to actually speed up the software update, you actually hit install and tap on the screen, and the time goes down from 2 minutes to 1 second, and then goes right into the software update. Well, it's about time to wrap up this video. Like I said, I didn't want it to be an hour long, and I've actually found a bunch more of these that I'm going to share along the way in future videos. But speaking of future videos, thanks to all of you that have stayed to the end of this video, and thanks to all of you that have subscribed to my channel and watched my videos over all these years. But believe it or not, this September marks an anniversary. I started this YouTube channel in September 2016. And in that time, I've covered what I've called the 4 T's. Travel, technology, taste, and of course Tesla. But before I start my new season, I'm going to have to briefly pause my videos for a little bit, as I have to go to training on a brand new airplane with my airline. Now, this happened once before when I first started my channel, and I had to go train on the Boeing 777. And that will happen once again as I go to training on the Airbus A350, which will probably be the last aircraft I fly with my airline before I actually have to retire. But when I do begin that new season, got a little rebranding I'm considering, and you can leave your comments below what you think, but I'm thinking about calling the channel Tesla Pilot. Now, this doesn't mean that I'm not going to be producing the videos that I was producing before, because travel, technology, and taste are still videos that I love making. But I think the name Tesla Pilot will give my channel just a little more focus going forward. If you found this video helpful, please click the like button, because it helps YouTube get this video out to other Tesla owners who might find it helpful as well. Also, thank you for those who have subscribed, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're alerted to any new videos, and especially as I start up my new season. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.